there are some stats, there are some phrases or comments rather that I wished hadn't aged like fine wine. 2 weeks ago, when Australia snuck over the line against Japan, I said in the instant reaction to Nathan that the sort of issues and problems that came up in that game, we would lose to a side like Italy in those circumstances. And here we are, 2 weeks later, and lo and behold, we have another Italian loss to talk about. The Wallabies have gone down 26-19 to Italy in Udine, and I'm pissed. I'm pissed. I've got Nathan Williamson with me, but I'll also just throw out to our boy finally making his return from a long time off the pod for a bit, our Spanish correspondent, Mr. Jack O'Rourke, my fellow Brumby fan by my side. Mate, when I said that we wanted you back on, we were keen to really have you back on the pod, this was not what I had in mind. How are you feeling over in beautiful Spain?
Hola, chicos. ¿Cómo estás? Not the greatest game to make the return, but I'm happy to be with you boys. It's been a while in between drinks. Let's just call that one the sequel, the Italian Job 2.
Oh yeah. Oh my god.
It's just a complete repeat from the Dave Rennie era, and in much the same way as well.
Nath, you literally you were telling me you'd had a shit night's sleep beforehand. Again, like last week, everyone was saying, "Oh, look how they sounded so tired and exhausted." I mean, the match against England was not good. Is this worse? Out of curiosity, is this worse?
Yeah, no, this feels worse. This definitely feels worse. Like England, you at least can hold your hat that they're a good side and they've just beaten Fiji, so continues their run of good form. It's just so England again. You can cop it, but Italy, you just can't. And like the annoying thing is, there was parts of that game which actually looked all right, which we can get into. But fuck, it was just too many moments. We just got beat at big times. And you can't just sit there being like, "What's the point? What is the point?" Like, and if you listen to,
it's a bit of confusing way to like assess how the Wallabies went in that game, because for me, like, they took their chances. They didn't create any. We probably created 2 or 3 chances in that game and we took them, but then we didn't create any more. It was, they offered nothing in attack. Anytime there was a bit of momentum, Italy got on the ball, or we just kicked it out on the full with trying to be tactical in our kicking. So yeah, I don't know. They didn't offer much at all, and it's a repeat from England as well.
Yeah. It's just like something just over the last 5 or 6. Again, I mentioned this point last week. We're missing Tom right at the back. He just creates so much. This is why we go crazy and lose our heads when we do win games. Like, this is why after the Lions in South Africa, we talk all the shit in the world, because this is coming. Unfortunately, like, our spring tour form over the past 5 years has been shocking.
Yeah.
It's coming, but it's just like, you just got to enjoy the good times while they're there, because performances like this are coming, and it's just like, God, it would annoy you, like, because the shape is one thing. We got beat effort as well. Effort-wise, they beat us.
Yeah.
The Italians on the ball were just so intense in the rucks. Like, we completely rocked. Other than Fraser McWright and I think Valentini when he came on got 1 steal, but other than that, like, we just dominated at the ruck in every.
Tom Hooper
was solid. Like, we were good defensive-wise. I thought we put pressure on their ball. It's one of the few things which I liked. That and Carter, which we can get into later. But attacking-wise, again, just nowhere. Too many times we just got caught out, either one out or just doing nothing. You can't build pressure like that.
Yeah.
Again, we have an excellent rolling maul that goes 22 meters and scores. I don't think we went back to it again.
Yeah. Serious question. Here's a question then, off the back of the last couple of games and how and other results we've seen this year. Does this result basically undo all that momentum? has it killed 2025 Wallaby improvements, hopes? Because this side beat South Africa in South Africa. They beat the British and Irish Lions. You need to win games like this.
Yeah.
Like, for me, this kills it. This kills all of the progress made this year. A
I
result
think you
like
see
this.
how tired the Wallabies are.
Yes.
In that game.
Yeah. For me,
Sure.
it was just before the Monty Ioane try that I realized we were fucked. Like, we were actually fucked. There was a moment where a tackle, Nick Frost. I saw Nick Frost getting back to his feet, and like Nick Frost is a gun. He's an engine. He works so hard, and he had nothing. He was limping back to the line, and it wasn't like he had nothing left. And then right at that moment, straight after Lewis Liner had scored. By the way, the two kind of Aussie connected players, cherry on top as the try scorers. Fuck it to hell. Like, that just makes it. It's like it's basically Tuapolotu in Scotland all over again.
Yeah. Melbourne's own Monty Ioane, and then Louis Liner as well. It's just
a liner killing Australia. It is
a liner killing Australia. It's just, what the fuck. So yeah, they had the whatever is going on. Like, I know that this year was meant to be a challenging year. They've got nothing left. It's clear as mud. That team the Wallabies have nothing left in the tank. This year has cooked them. Utterly, totally cooked them. I cannot fault the players in this regard as much as they are the players on the field, and you do cop the blame somewhat, naturally, because you're the representatives on the field. But like, there's no lack of heart here. But after Joe Schmidt talked so much about rotation, managing players, levels of energy, managing all of their stuff because they've had a big year, I have never seen this team look more shattered, exhausted, tired. What are they doing at training? Are they flogging these boys as well? Like, what is going on? They look shattered.
I think it's a case of, like, everyone's been rotated through. There's just no one that's left being just at 100% at the stage. You kind of you wonder what if this is sort of just part of the end of year stuff. Like, you're going against teams which have had a couple of months off in terms of like Italy and in terms of having a proper preseason and stuff like that. Like, and it's been tried to sort of manage at some point, like not bringing, like, Len Nicotau was basically kept out for that reason. He's just gone straight from Super to Lions to club football into that. I'm assuming James O'Connor was the exact same thing as well. But yeah, it just seems like everyone else is cooked. Again, it's been a massive year. And like, it goes back to, I think, a point I made. I don't know if I made a point last week, but I'll make it again. Like, we started this year and everybody was being like, oh, well, the Wallabies they're underdone. They should be playing more games. Like, that was the consensus out of the first Lions was, oh, why was it not another preseason game? Yeah, this could have been why. We're at game 13 right now, and they look absolutely out on their feet. I don't know if again training loads have to change, but
yeah, I mean, to give him credit, Smith rested a whole bunch of players for the Japan test. I think that was very needed. But yeah, obviously, they're playing big minutes. They're including the Japan and England game outside the window. But it is international footy. It's like we got a lot of tests, but so do a lot of other nations. I just think you try and manage the squad as best you can, rotating in and out of players. But it is a grueling year. But yeah, it's also the spring tour where it's probably time to maybe experiment especially after this game, maybe change things up. Especially some of the forwards. I think some of the Wallabies backs owe the forwards a lot of beers. I think in terms of the platform that the forwards set and the work they get through during the game, the Wallabies attack is like super narrow. It relies on a lot of forward grunt, a lot of forward hit ups, and then playing out the back. And then it must be frustrating for them when they get through that grunt work, and then the attack in the back line is just so predictable. I noticed, like, especially in that England game last week, and again this week against the Italians, where the backs were trying to play it out, that second man out the back ball, and Italy were just predicting it every time, and they just send it kind of like a shooter on the outside just to shut it down, and we couldn't get it to, Joseph Suwali in space, or I don't think the wingers touched the ball again at all this week. So it's just you can see it coming off like a fair while, and so are the opposition. It's very easy to shut down.
Yeah.
I reckon. I will add to this as well. Yeah. I will add to this. Like I thought in his moments, Carter Gordon did quite well to get some width into the game. Like the way he took the line, I think it was like 15th minute. That was a great a great pivot away from just the outside ball. But it is becoming sort of second nature that you just expect the ball out back. So if we're kind of sitting here being like, that's what's coming, the defense is looking at that as well. So I think, again, I think he added a lot, and I would like, if this quad issue isn't that bad, he needs to start the next 2 games as well, just to provide that extra element. But yeah, it was just, there just wasn't enough of sort of that width and shape, width and a sort of deviation from shape when the opportunity presented itself.
Yeah, I thought Gordon was really impressive coming back. Actually, is there any news on how his quad's going? I know that's why he kind of was held off in that England game and got the start now. But I noticed, he wasn't kicking for goal and all this sort of stuff. That they kind of handed that over to Kellaway, which I thought was quite strange. But I thought his return was really great. Like, he offered something different. You can see the way, like, he attacks the line. He's a big body. He made that break. That was fantastic. You want your fly half making those kind of moves. And also with his kicking, I know like a few of them didn't come off, but like his actual decision making in the tactical kicking was really good. It was just, I think, just a bit of rust where, one went out on the floor and one didn't quite pick it. But he was actually picking the right kicks. So it was just, a little bit of time in the saddle to get that length right. I thought it was really great. And you could, it was also nullified by that Suwali yellow card. But I think when the subs came on, it really went flat in that second half.
I will add, you're absolutely right. I think you're both right in terms of Gordon looked promising. It's so frustrating if the quad is actually a persistent niggle issue, just because it's just our bloody luck. And I think, how many bloody fly halves have we had now? The call is out now. You got to put the call out to James O'Connor. You got to put the call out to Lenny Ikitau. They've got nothing. They've got nothing left, which is, that's just the reality of the situation this side finds it in. I think we should actually take a moment here before we kind of give a little bit more detail to the Wallabies game plan and thoughts on that. I want to just shout out, you and Nath, you and I, the entire time we talked about it this week, I was never ever underestimating Italy. I knew they were going to be a good side. They're not. This is not the Italian side of years past. This is a side that genuinely is competitive, that genuinely pushes teams now. I did not think this was going to be the easy match on tour. I think a few people mentioned in the presses, and they showed it. And I'll say this: what I was particularly impressed about with Italy, they attacked the ruck brilliantly. They knew where to attack. Their defense, phenomenal. Again, in that late, after the Ioane try when the Wallabies did, I think it was like 20-something phases of attack with the forwards, and then the Italians held them up over the line. Brilliant. A period of play. And on top of it, they just knew Garbisi is excellent as a great option, just a reliable kicking head. And they just knew when to pull the trigger. And when the momentum swung, like they after that Gordon try, which, funnily enough, I was like, yeah, this is going to be a knock-on. Surely this is going to be a knock-on. But lo and behold, it was not. clearly the ref was seeing a different game to everyone else a little bit. But you take after the year, some of the calls we've seen this year, I'm just like, this is rugby at this point. You take the rough with this move. We got one that went our way. Let's just take it. The Italians used the momentum. The crowd were pissed. I mean, I'll tell you what. Highlight of the match: seeing the Italian coach kicking the wall. I've never seen a coach actively dismantling the coaching box before after that try. That was worth the price of admission alone. That moment, go and find it. It is amazing to watch. But they used that momentum brilliantly. The crowd really got into it, and the Italians used it and kept composed. Brilliant. They played. They deserved to win. Simple as that. They deserved to win.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah, right. I got a nice little soft spot for the Italians. I always want to see them do well, just not against Australia. I think unfortunately, it seems like all of our losses against all these nations are like watershed moments for these countries to like kick on and go to the next level. It's just unfortunate that's against us. But yeah, the Italians have been building brilliantly for the last couple of years, especially like, you know, our last loss was like that start of the rise, and I thought the whole Italian back row was immense. Number 7, Zuliani, he was all over the ball. Cannononi, he was all over the ball, and then I think whoever came on in the 19 jersey, Ruza, I think.
Ruza, yeah, Ruza.
Yeah, he just kept that going. They were just immense over the ball. I was also really impressed by Menicello as well.
Yeah, I was going to say, I was waiting for Menicello.
Really direct in attack and just bust us open so many times. Yeah,
absolutely. I reckon let's talk Wallabies now. Let's just rip the Band-Aid off. The ruck was awful.
Yeah, absolutely awful. Second-rated attacking.
Attack was awful. Defense kind of all right, but not good enough. I think the forward pack, I was hoping that the forward pack would actually achieve some dominance in this game, and the numbers suggest they at least achieved a parity. They won their scrums. They won most of their lineouts. I think we only lost one lineout. We pinched 2 of theirs. But they set enough of a platform to win it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
and considering that Italy 10th in the world, you need to win this game, and they just didn't at all.
And that's what it comes down to, right? There were positives, like the rolling maul try was excellent. I think scrum, we got the better of them. But ultimately we just lost. It just felt like we'd lost the key moments and didn't put them away. And again, gave them too many chances penalty wise to just keep themselves in the contest. Like, again, we outscored them. We had 3 tries to 2. We lose by 7 points.
Yeah.
Like,
we just let Italians get a roll on whenever they were, you know, in attack. Like, it was just really passive, and it felt like just wave after wave of us going backwards whenever they got the ball. And in that way, we just gave away easy penalties and piggybacked them. And then Garbisi was just chipping away with, you know, the little penalties early, building up that lead, just staying parity with us. And then, just outlasted us, I guess. Like, it was strange to watch. It was almost like you were waiting for the Wallabies to really break open the game, and they never did.
They had no energy. Because they were cooked. They had nothing left. Like, it was clear that like when Dalgunu and Valentini are clearly standing out, coming off the bench, I was like, okay, this is not me just seeing this, because they're the fresh legs in this side.
Right.
Something, it was bad. Yeah. I have one, apart from Gordon and the set, and I mean, Fraser McWright, just an engine again. It feels like Michael Hooper 2.0, him holding the rest of the side up.
Yeah, I think I counted 5 or 6 ruck steals. So, you know, he kept us in the game. Like, he was going toe-to-toe with that Italian back row basically on his own.
Yeah. I will shout out one last thing, which is Corey Toole under the high ball. Actually, it was good.
That's not hard when he's it's not hard when he's up against Capuzzo. So it's, you know.
Yeah. I'll take it. I will take it.
Yeah.
Like at least in that regard, because I think Ioane early on in the game was all over Gordon in the high ball. He pinched like 3 of them off Carter. They clearly targeted him.
Yeah, it's bizarre that they've kept that going from the England game where they've hid the fly. Well, not really hid. They've put him in out of the defensive line and into taking high balls, which I don't know how. He's a solid, tall kind of fly half, but he still like you need that aerial attack, like aerial defense. And he was just getting outmatched every time.
Yeah. Again, don't know how much of that was the quad injury and not wanting him to sort of rush up and stuff like that and a bit more control. But yeah, it seems to be a just defensive pattern for the Wallabies. It just isn't working right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you're Joe Schmidt and you're in this situation, what do you do? Nath? What do you do?
I don't know. What do you? You've quite literally got a team right now that appears to be running out of fumes. He's, as sort of Jack noted, like he's made the efforts to rest players and try and get some energy into them. It just feels like it hasn't. It would again just lack today as well. Like I think, in terms of selection wise, you bring you bring Attell in, you bring Skelton in, you bring O'Connor in, bring Jorgensen in. Do you try Ryan Lonergan at 9? Like I don't even think Jake Gordon was that bad. Like sure, a couple of kicks.
I would.
His box kicking wasn't the best, but like the dart to set up at Angus Bell's try was excellent. But maybe it's time to try and see what Ryan Lonergan's got. Kalani Thomas on the bench, perhaps. I don't know. You kind of look at these last 2 games with the idea of unless Wales can upset Argentina, our top 6 hopes are cooked. So do you look to the future? Do you try some stuff against a French side that is currently 7-3 up against South Africa at the time of recording? About to be 7-6, but we'll wait and see how this game goes. Like they're looking good. Ireland took down Japan. Like
they looked pretty ordinary against Japan, but they still won 41-10.
But even still, like that's the thing. That's the difference between us and those top 6 sides, right? Is they find ways to win even when they were playing bad.
Yes.
We found a way to lose even though we were playing all right.
Yeah. Played down again.
We definitely make it hard on ourselves with some of the stuff we do. I think I don't know. I think the game plan's there. It's just those critical decision-making moments. If they chose one option instead of another, instead of kicking it along, putting up a high ball or keeping it in ball in hand, then maybe we would have got pay out of all the phases we went through. I think we're just lacking a bit of, I don't know, leadership, like someone to lead us around the field. Like you look especially like our back line, we're really lacking in experience. Like our most senior people in the back line are Gordon and Kellaway. Like so someone needs to step up in those times, arrest momentum, and start like trying to find a way to change it up, do something new if it's not working. And I just don't feel like there's many people in that capable of doing that.
Yeah. What do you do, Jack, if you're Joe Schmidt? Like, what does the next week look like from your head?
I feel like we've got really key positions in place. Like our squad really, like, take out all the injuries, people returning to England and France and all of these sorts of things. People retiring, got Nick White, Slipper going before our spring tour. So, like, even with all that, we've kept a pretty core, like, team sheet. It's just those little missing pieces of still around fly half. I still think scrum half. Wingers, fullback, you can experiment with. So I don't know. I think echoing those comments, I think you bring back the experience in O'Connor. Icky Tower will make a huge difference. What you do on the wings and how you experiment with the bench. Like we saw last week, England, they gambled and put on some of their most experienced players on the bench and it paid off because they were able to bring in a whole bunch of reinforcements. So I think we've got to consider that a a lot more carefully in what we do.
Yeah.
So keeping our powder dry on some big reinforcements, you know. So yeah, I think that's it. Like, I think we've got a core group there. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I'm in agreement. I'm in agreement. Like it's time to bring some experience in, and also if I'm if I'm a coach right now, it's clear this side is knackered. So I think get to Ireland and actually go really light on training. Like they're battle hardened enough from this year. They've had enough bruising back-to-back competition contests. Go light on training. Don't have a big, massive, talk tactics, talk plans, talk strategy, and let that fill your prep time. If I'm in all honesty, because I back this side. I think the side there is you're right. They've got the players and positions in place, but the side is exhausted. It's clear they just need a chance to freshen up, do less, have a little bit of less contact, and improve the thing that really is clearly lacking here for me, which is game smarts, tactics, and strategy. That's really where, as Nathan kind of alluded to earlier, the went to the rolling wall, did really, really well. Never saw it again in the whole match. Stuff like that. That's what I'd be doing at this point. Experiment. I think Lonergan should have a start. I mean, where's he? He looked really, really good for the 60 minutes he was on at Eden Park, and he's kind of been coming on in the last 5 minutes of all the other Test matches he's been playing in.
Yeah,
start him. May as well. He's clearly shown that he can play, so I'd start him, and particularly combine. I reckon he'd actually be a decent combo with O'Connor because he's quite a settled individual. He's not flashy. He just does the job. But yeah, there clearly needs to be a reevaluation of this, because right now, if we keep going the way we're going with this tour, I reckon we're going to be 1-4. Genuinely, they have nothing left.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: do you think the Suaalii experiment is working?
I think so. Yeah, I was going to add this. Thank you for asking. Add to this combination. Paisami Suaalii is done. They are anonymous.
Yeah, it's got to be
together.
It's got to be Suaalii. Suaalii Ikitau is the only way.
Ikitau Suaalii as your starting center combination. Paisami Fluke as your backup combination. These two do not work together at all. It is no criticism on the player, on the individual players and their athletic ability, or what they bring to the game. They clearly do not work together. It is non-existent in terms of any sort of attacking fire or danger with them there. With Paisami and Suaalii, you either go for the Reds combo, because I think Fluke and Paisami work quite well together and they know each other quite well, or you go for Ikitau and Suaalii because they've both got a natural style that complements one another. Stop this combo, please. It's bad. It's really bad. Oh god.
I mean, with Ikitau coming back in, that's an advantage. That Suaalii works best with Ikitau. But then I don't know. Considering Ikitau is probably one of the best outside centers in the world, do you move Suaalii? Give him more space? I mean, sticking him on the wing probably won't give him more space the way the Wallabies are playing. But yeah, I don't know.
Keep him in the centers. Keep him in the centers. I think there is a case genuinely of moving Suaalii to 12. I do think there's a case for it. But I mean, Ikitau at 12 with Suaalii has worked really, really well. So it's a tough one. But I think this Paisami Suaalii combination is done. How many matches have we had with them now? It's been a few. So it's clearly not working. It is clearly not working at all. So yeah, that one is done. I will add one final positive. The boy with the tuck shirt finally got back on the field.
Samu,
2 minutes
Hey.
for Pete Sami for 2 minutes or whatever it was. It was
Good to see him back though. He's
or 9
very dynamic. He offers something very different to what the other back rowers offer with kind of his dynamism out on the flanks. You know, he can get wide and play the ball and
yeah.
But it's just few of many positives.
Few of many positives. So I reckon let's put this god awful match to bed. Let Nathan go and get some sleep.
I'm waiting for my Uber Eats is going to come shortly, and I'm going to be happier.
Oh, what are you getting?
Get some hot
oh, mate, I got to work it out actually. I up a bacon and egg roll, but Happy Field just became online, and if you know, you know, Happy Field is goated in the NOS.
Happy Field is good.
That's going to be the only other decision I make today. Again, I should have known this game was coming after a shit sleep. This has been struggles since about 10 p.m.
The vibes are all off.
The vibes are off to start with.
I'm waiting for the let's go full superstitious. I'm like I was saying with Nathan for context. This is why I don't get up for instant reactions, because every single time I've stayed up overnight, the Wallabies have lost. Every single time. The only exception was Portugal in 2023. That was the only time that the Wallabies have won when I stayed up overnight to watch the match. So that's why I don't stay up, because it's just bad vibes. But I will say we did get one good vibe. Preempting the TMO pull-up actually worked. So I'm going to hope that manifests whenever we're talking in our chat and chewing fat. So preempting a TMO pull-up. Yeah, they're gonna pull this one back. They're going to pull this one back for Tupou dropping it. Oh, they didn't. And Bell scored. It's a try. Oh, good. We can just keep going. Oh, it's Wilson knock on. Yeah, no. They're going to pull it back because it's a knock on. It's the TMO's going to pull it up. Oh, it's not. Oh, it's try. Oh, what the hell? Oh, we're good. Fantastic. That's great. And then we still lost. So, fuck it.
Can I just my final point is it can always be worse. We could be Scotland. Who again still haven't beaten New Zealand.
I really thought they had a chance, and then it was just
that fucking try. That fucking finish from Davey McKenzie.
Yeah. I just tweeted, imagine having to play this team twice a year every year.
Yeah.
Now you know how it feels.
120, like as much as the pain goes, 120 years of now not beating the All Blacks for Scotland. Now that is pain. That is true pain. But Mr. Jack O'Rourke, hopefully we'll see you back again. It's nice to have you finally break the duck and be back on the pod. Where, out of curiosity, you're doing some rugby writing yourself at the moment. Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me at All Things Rugby. I got my Twitter handle there, Jack O'Rourke. Just give me a follow for any updates. And it was good to be back on the pod, guys. Good to see you and good to see your faces. Hopefully do more of these. It's a good time zone for me, so it works well.
It works out ideally for you. It's just loving life in Spain. Like it's just the only thing kills it is the result.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, cheers, folks. Thank you to everyone listening. Thank you for suffering here with us, and on to Ireland next week. What the hell comes next? Who knows?